quadratic equation part 12. We don't want to rush it. Okay, so these are just questions under root of equation. It's straightforward. Okay, I've posted some of the questions that came out in the past questions. Okay, if the root of the equation are 2 and 4, find the quadratic equation. In part 11, I mentioned that you only need to know 3 equations. Okay, which is s squared minus x alpha plus beta plus alpha beta equals 0. Okay, so they've given you the root of the equation already. If the roots of the equation are what? 2 and 4. Like I said, if they say what is the root of the equation, which means that if already given you, this is the root of the equation, alpha plus beta. This is just a general quadratic equation, and you have the sum here. Okay, so if the root of the equation are this, so find the quadratic equation. Okay, so now this is the root. What is the sum? All you just need to do is just that s squared minus x. What is alpha? One of the roots, which is what? 2 plus 4 plus 4 times 2 equals 0. So it means s squared minus x, that's what? 6 plus 4 times 2, that's 8, equals 0. It means s squared minus what? 6x plus 8 equals what? 0. So it means that that is the quadratic. Okay, so now you can see that it's very simple. Like I said, you only just need to know 3 equations, which is this general quadratic equation for sum and product of the root, and they've given you the root of the equation, okay, which is 2 and 4. All you just need to do is just to find the sum and find the product, and you get your quadratic equation. It's as simple as that. It's very straightforward. If you look at this other part that we have here, number 2, okay, find the sum and the product of the roots. Don't forget, I said you should note equation 1, equation 4, and equation 5 in part 11. Okay, so here they've given you the general quadratic equation, y squared plus 5y equals 1. Don't forget, I need to return this one to general quadratic equation, which is y squared plus 5y. This is plus, is crossing equal sign. If you change to minus, equals 0. And in equation 4 in part 11, I said that alpha plus beta equals minus b over what? A. Then I also made mention that in equation 5 in part 11, I also say alpha beta equals c over what? A. It's very simple. So what is my a here? My a is what? 1. 1 is here, but we don't usually write it. What is my b? My b is what? 5 plus 5. So there's no need for me to write plus. What is my c here? My c is what? Minus 1. Okay, that is from 1. This is equation 1. After you return it to general quadratic equation, so you now say from 1 above, a equals what? 1, b equals 5, c equals minus 1. So therefore you now say the sum of the roots will now be minus, what is your b? 5. What is your a? 1. Okay, so it means that alpha plus beta, which is the sum of the root, is equals what? Minus 5. It's as simple as that. That's the sum of the root. Then the product of the root will now be what? That implies alpha beta. What is your c? Your c is what? Minus 1. What is your a? Your a is what? 1. It means alpha beta equals minus 1. It's as simple as that. So it means that the sum of the root is what? Minus 5 for question 2. It means the sum of the root is what? Minus 5, and the product of the root is what? Minus 1. It's very, very simple. So like I said, in part 11, only 3 equation is important, which is this one, this general equation, okay, and the number 4 equation, which is the sum of the roots. That's sum of the roots minus b over a. And we already know from our general quadratic equation that a is equals to 1 here, b is equals to, because in general quadratic equation you have a squared plus bx plus c equals what? 0. So if you compare, a is what? 1, b is what? 5, c is what? Minus 1. It's as simple as that. So we can also move to number 3 here. Look at number 3. Number 3 is coming in different form with still the same thing. Okay, so I intentionally just put that. All you just need to do is just to expand. Okay, a times a is what? A square. Look at it, there's plus here, but we don't write it. Plus times minus is what? Minus a equals what? 5. I've expanded the bracket. Okay, so now I'm taking this 5 to this place to make it look like a general quadratic equation. So it means this one is what? A square minus a plus will change to what? Minus equals what? 0, because the plus is crossing equal sign to the left hand side. I've mentioned that in most of my parts. So if you look at this one here, if you compare it with general quadratic equation plus bx, so from this one now, I can say my a is what? 1. That is, if I compare 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So I can say compare compare 1 and what? And 2. My a equals what? 1 here. Okay, then my b, if you look at it, my b equals what? Minus 1. Don't forget that the a here, don't miss it with the a here. The coefficient here in this equation is a. The coefficient here in this equation is x. So it's still the same thing. I've told you, I can either use a, I can either use m. Okay, so don't miss it. So my b here is what? Minus 1 is 1. There's 1 here, we don't usually write it. So my c here is what? Minus 5. Okay, so it means that my sum of the roots, I know it, just make sure you learn it by heart, is what? Minus b over what? A. So it means it's minus into minus 1 over, what is my a? 1. Then alpha beta equals c over, that's I've said it, c over a. What is my c? My c is minus 5. What is my a? My a is what? 1. So it means here minus times minus is what? Plus. Then you have 1. So if you look at this one is anything divided by 1 is that thing, which is what? Minus 5. So which implies that alpha plus beta, which is the sum of the roots, equals 1, and alpha beta equals what? Minus 5. That's the sum, and that's the product of the roots. It's as simple as that. As simple as this thing is, you see it in JAM, okay, comes out on a yearly basis. Okay, they can ask you find the product of the roots, find the sum of the roots. So if you already know this, C over A, that my product is C over A, my sum is what? Minus B over what? A. All you just need to do is just to get your A using quadratic and general quadratic equation from the quadratic equation given to you in the question. It's as simple as that. It's straightforward, very, very straightforward. So I just needed to emphasize in part 11. I just needed to emphasize in part 11 so that you can know the equation you need in that. When we get to the further math part, we can tell you how it's being derived. Though I've shown it to you a bit in part 11, I can show you how they derive that. But for now, this is mathematics. Let's just focus on what we need here. So number 4, you want to try number 4. 3x squared plus x minus 5 equals what? 0. So if you look at this one, it's already written in general quadratic equation. It has followed the format already. So there's no need for us to, okay, try to rearrange. Okay, there's no need for us to rearrange. Here, the general quadratic equation plus bx plus c equals 0. So if you look at this very well, my a equals what? 3. I hope you can see it now. So my a equals what? 3. Then my b equals what? 1. There's 1 here. Then don't forget my c. Don't forget this minus equals what? Minus 5. That is plus c equals minus 5. You understand now? So I can now say, okay, alpha plus beta, which is the sum of the roots, equals minus b over what? A. So what is my b? The question you need to ask, what is my b? That's 1. What is my a? My a is what? 3. So it means that implies that alpha plus beta equals minus 1 over 3. That's the sum of the roots. So in the option, you will just see that as 1 over 3. Then alpha beta equals c over a. What is my c? My c is what? Minus 5. What is my A? My A is what? 3. So that implies that alpha beta equals minus 5 over what? 3. So it's as simple as that. So it's just straightforward. So that is the sum and the product of the roots. And now I can make reference to the questions I've posted so far. Okay. Try and lay your hands on them. Anyone you feel you have challenges with, most usually the root of the equations, and then the simplification, evaluate. If you have any issues with it, you can just let us know. Okay, so these ones they are just straightforward. Then you can just don't forget what I said you should not you should learn. Okay, in part 11, the equation 1, the equation 4, and the equation 5. This is equation 4, okay, and this is equation 5. Make sure you learn it. Then the equation then the other equations, which is general quadratic equation, s square minus into bracket alpha plus beta, okay, s square minus x into bracket alpha plus beta, then plus alpha beta equals what? 0. That is, in case they give you this, if they give you the sum of the roots, just put the sum there. There are some questions that you will see that they will already give you alpha plus beta to be minus 1 over 3. Then alpha beta, which is this question, I'm using this question now, to be what? Minus 5 over 3. They will now say you should find the quadratic equation. So you don't need to add them again. They've given you the sum. All you just need to do, go to your general quadratic equation for root, which is minus x into alpha plus beta, okay, plus alpha beta equals what? 0. That's your general quadratic equation for root. Very important for root. Then it means that they've given me alpha plus beta. I'll just put minus 1 over 3 here. I don't need to add. So they're giving me, let's assume this one is alpha beta, which is what we have here. So they're giving me already. By the time you do your LCM, you will fall back to this question here, to the quadratic equation at the top. So it means that if I put this alpha beta here, I put alpha beta here. So it means if I do my LCM, I will still get this quadratic equation back. Okay, so I can give you this, given the sum of the roots and the product of the roots to be this, find the quadratic equation. Just use this formula. So don't add, they're giving you the sum, put it here, minus 1 over 3, alpha beta 5 over 3. So it can come in different form. So of course, we'll touch base with all those questions, we'll share them on all the media so that you can see various ways that question can come out from in roots of equation. So the last part that we have here is just what problem leading to the quadratic equation. So those ones too, they are simple. It's just English. Like I said, math and English, they go together. If you can't understand English, then it means you have problem with math. But if you can speak English, or if you can communicate in English, then you shouldn't have any problem. All you just need to do is just to show interest, and you'll see that mathematics is changing and pure water. Try to like, share, comment, because the more you share, the more we reach a lot of young minds, and then the more we eradicate the challenge young minds are facing when it comes to mathematics. Thank you very much.